Hi guys, so today we'll be making modakas. Modakas are pronounced as modakas. I'll put a little subtitle below. So these are made usually during festive times and in South India. There's a story that goes along with this. If you're familiar with Hindu religion, Lord Ganesha, the god with the elephant face, loves eating modakas. It's his favorite food. So these are sweetened coconut rice balls, and they're steamed, so they're extremely healthy. The only fat we actually do use is to grease our hands. So this took me about like an hour to make, and it includes roasting, grinding, steaming, very fast, very simple. So this is how it looks. I know my camera won't focus, but they're basically round balls of rice and coconut, and they have a little dent in the middle because that's traditionally how you make it. So hope you guys enjoy making these. And so our first step is to roast the rice. I have 2 cups of long grain basmati rice, and this works best. If you don't have basmati rice, I'd try it with just regular long grain rice, but it's best with this. So I have a pan heating up right now, and I'm just gonna roast these slightly. Make sure they don't stick to the bottom as they heat up. We just want to roast them, we don't want to burn them. So let them pan roast for until it's light brown in color. Okay, so you want to take a piece, snap it in half. If it snaps, it means that it's roasted. So I'm going to turn off the heat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer all the rice into this big bowl, and we're going to wash and drain the rice. Okay guys, so now what we're going to do with the rice, now that it's washed and drained, is we're going to grind it. And I've used numerous blenders, and none of them have been able to grind rice as well as this has. And this is more of a grinder than a blender. So I'll give you a sneak peek if I can. Let's take this off. So I'm sorry if the camera is a bit shaky and out of focus, but this is basically what it is. There are 2 stone wheels, so one here and one here. And on the bottom, it is also made out of stone. And this keeps turning the wheel. So let's see if I can get this to work. Work. It's been a while since I used it, but so this keeps turning the wheel, obviously because there's a motor, and then this little spatula-like device right here scrapes off the side of the bowl as it keeps grinding. So I got this at an Indian specialty store. If you have a very powerful blender, go ahead, use that. It might break, so be careful. But from personal experience, I find that this blender works really well. And yeah, so let's get back onto the recipe. So to blend this, we're gonna pour all the rice into the blender. I'm going to start off with actually half the rice because sometimes this blender gets stuck and it doesn't move for quite a bit. So start off with a little amount, and you want to add some water. I have probably about half a cup. I'm not going to add all of it. I'm just going to pour some in and see if I need any more. So, alright, and this blender is suited for the voltage back in India. So we put an adapter in. So you might want to do the same if you have a blender like this, like a grinder like this. So, yeah. It's not really working that well. So I'm just going to take out a bit of rice. It's always a problem with this. And you want to push it yourself kind of in the beginning to get it started, but afterwards it'll be okay. So keep doing this. Close the lid. Has started blending. I'm just gonna add the rest of the rice in. You want to spread the rice around evenly so that it doesn't get stuck at one spot. And now you might want to add the rest of your water in case it doesn't seem watery enough. Beware, this grinder makes a lot of noise, so it might not be suited for you, but might as well try. Like I said, you can use a blender if you feel comfortable with that, so you don't have to go out and buy this grinder just to make this recipe. Try using your blender. Make sure it's strong and sturdy. Not one of those wimpy kinds that kind of break on you all the time. So, I'm going to add everything that I have in here. I have a feeling this is going to have a hard time starting up, so I'm going to push it while it's running. Add a bit more water. Okay, there we go. So let's see if this works. Yeah, it's having trouble. So push, help it, because that's a lot of rice to grind. So just help it a little bit by pushing. I'm going to check on it. It's been grinding for about 5 minutes. So let's stop it. Take off the lid. Use your fingers. I hope you can see this, but it's a very grainy texture. Still a paste, but it's very grainy. And this is exactly the consistency we want. So I'm just going to stop it. So right now we're going to move on to the next step. So keep this here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 cups of water. And bring that to a boil along with some jaggery powder. So you guys must be wondering, what is jaggery powder? Let me explain. If you go to a local Indian specialty store, it comes out like this. And this is basically unrefined sugar. This is its purest form, I guess. So basically how I made powder, I didn't have powder. I just chopped some up and kept it aside. So you'll need 1 cup of jaggery powder. Don't put sugar in because it has a completely different taste. It's almost like molasses and sugar, but don't even add molasses. Just buy this. It's really cheap, and I mean, it lasts you a long time. So let's take our 1 cup, and you want to melt this in the water. So pour it in. So you want to get your water up to a boil, and you want this jaggery to melt. As you can see, well, dissolve actually, sorry. As you can see, it is dissolving. Don't want it to burn or stick to the sides because this is basically sugar. If you add sugar to water, it's going to stick to the sides and it'll harden. So be careful of that as well. You also don't want this to burn because once it burns, the taste is completely altered. So continue stirring until it is dissolved. So the jaggery has now dissolved and the water is coming to a boil. So here we have our rice paste that we made earlier. Took it out of the grinder and now I'm just going to add it in. Be careful, don't want it to splash everywhere. And it looks kind of disgusting now, but trust me, it'll turn out better. It'll look better in a while. So add it in. And as you can see, we haven't done anything really unhealthy to it so far. I mean, we've roasted rice without any oil. We've blended it with water. And we're also gonna steam this. So it is a very healthy dessert in case you're craving something. So we're just gonna stir this up. And you want to allow it to come to a boil. And as it comes to a boil, this mixture will thicken. So along with this, you're gonna add 1 teaspoon of cardamom powder. I bought the powder. If you have cardamoms, you can just use a mortar and pestle and grind it up. It's not very hard at all. So just take some of this, a teaspoon of it. And this usually adds a very aromatic aspect to the dish. I'm going to add a bit more than 1 teaspoon because I really like the smell of it. If you don't like the smell, then don't add it. Don't add too much in. It doesn't really enhance the flavor. It just gives a sense of something that's really sweet. And then to this, I'm also going to add 1 cup of shredded coconut. You can buy this anywhere, or you can buy it anywhere. Make sure it's unsweetened, but I'm going to add 1 cup of shredded coconut. I also have coconut that I've shredded myself, like open the coconut and then either, I don't know, you take a knife and you scrape out the insides. So I'm going to add this as well. So that's 1 cup. And now you want to stir. Make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom right now. Everything's getting super hard and jelly-like. So continue stirring. Make sure everything's incorporated. So it's been a couple minutes, maybe 3-4. And now the mixture has congealed. It's come together. It's very sticky, very incredibly sticky. So we're going to take it off the heat now. As you can see, all the liquid has evaporated. to take it off the heat. Okay, so the mixture is cool to the touch. Not cool, but just a little bit warm. And now what I'm going to do is take some margarine. This is the only fat you'll be using throughout the whole recipe. And you're just going to grease your fingers. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a steamer started. I bought this my mom bought it many years ago. We're not sure where we bought it, but basically you fill the bottom portion with water, and this is a heater, and then as it heats, steam comes out here, through here, and it comes out through, let's see if I can show you. So steam comes out from underneath here, goes through these porous areas, and whatever you keep here will get steamed. So, and be careful, this gets extremely hot really easily. That's why they have these shields here. So I'm just gonna get this, well actually I'll start it after I make these balls. So I'm just gonna take a golf ball size amount. And now, this is a traditional thing, but they usually like put their finger in the middle and create a hole, like a dent like that. Almost like a donut, but not fully through. And then that is one modaka. So you continue doing this to your mixture. And I will be back after I have finished doing this. So I've made about, let's say, 9 balls because I don't have any more room for any. I don't have room for any more. So I'm just gonna set the steamer on this. Close the lid because you don't want to burn yourself. So I'm going to set the steamer for 10 minutes. And I'll be back after 10 minutes to check out how it turned out. Okay, so it's been, I think I said 10 minutes. I actually put it for 12 minutes. Sorry, I lied. But so I'm just going to open these up. And be careful. The steam will burn you. So let's see if I can get a close-up of these modakas. Let's see. My camera won't let me zoom in because it is a picture camera, but they have turned harder, obviously. They've become a bit harder, but they are like, I'm sure the rice has steamed and is now edible. So let's transfer them onto a plate. So quickly take them, they will burn you. I'm doing it in a very unsafe manner, but there we go. So we have 5 of them right here. Let's see, will my camera focus? Apparently not, but this is how they do look and they taste fabulous. So hope you guys enjoyed making these, and whenever you have a craving for something sweet but don't want to ruin your diet, or simply want to make it really fast, go ahead and do these. I think it took me an hour to make this, steaming, roasting, grinding, everything included. So it was very fast, easy, and tasty. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.